Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the service of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Amherst. We're so glad you have chosen to spend this time with us. We know you have many options and obligations on a Sunday, and we're grateful to have you here. My name is Joe Schretzman. I've been a member of the congregation for several years. I'm originally from New York City, and in March of 2025, retired after about 30 years with the United States Food and Drug Administration. Our minister, Reverend Michelle Buhite, is on sabbatical until the end of August, and will return to the pulpit August 30th. Our speaker today is longtime member Marlana Rice. He may sometimes see up here in the pulpit as worship associate and service leader. For those gathered here in the chapel, please turn your phones off completely to ensure that our online community is able to participate without disruption. Turning off the phones also means that we're also likely to experience sound issues in the space. We also have assistive listening devices at the usher station at the back of the chapel. If you're new to Unitarian Universalism or to this particular congregation, I invite you to relax and participate as fully as you are comfortable. You're welcome to move when we move or to remain seated. We trust you to do what is right for your body and spirit. In this space, in person and online, there are many identities. Not everyone experiences the world the same way or necessarily believes the same things. What matters is that we keep love at the center of who we are and what we value. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whomever you love, you're welcome here. Let us gather ourselves together as we open our hearts with a morning song. Please rise in mind, body, or spirit. We'll be singing from the Teal hymnal, number 1003, of Where Do We Come From?
April, can you be sung later, please?
Yeah.
Call to worship this morning. First, good morning, everyone. Good morning. And to all my friends and family who've arrived, thank you. Good morning. I'm Marlana Rice. I raised my two children in this wonderful church, and I'm grateful to be here sharing my thoughts on creativity and community with all of you here in this building or attending online today. The call to worship today is a poem by Sunjanhi You are made of rainforests, fiery autumns, a handful of fireflies, holding magic in your skin and a hurricane in your heart. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Each week, when we gather, we begin with a land acknowledgement. Sam, would you like to come forward for the ritual? In this rite, we honor our connection to the earth and offer our gratitude to the only planet in the whole universe that can create and sustain us. We pour this libation to symbolize our commitment to care for this precious home for our spirits, to speak and act on behalf of the earth, and to seek to partner with those who are indigenous to this place, that we and our descendants may also bless and be blessed. It is our custom when we gather to light chalice. The chalice is a cup or vessel that symbolizes the gathered community and is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Please join me in our chalice lighting words. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together. For our gathering music, we have an offering from Kathy Moriarty. The song is called The Arrow.
This is a tune that I wrote for service Marlana. I know, I'm talking until it gets connected. There we go. Yes, yes. This is a tune I wrote for a service Marlana gave many years ago. And as everyone who loves to cook, who loves to talk, who loves to share, who loves to create, all those things are creating. And what is created demands to be shared. So it's a privilege that you allow me the opportunity to do that with the community. I release the arrow, and it releases me. We are racing to continue our dedicated journey. Completion takes a promise, transcending what I see. Learning a strange song, embracing uncertainty. Releasing the arrow, and as it releases me, I watch the air changing, the space in which I breathe. Tell me who will know your heart? Who else can know your dream? The target of commitment, where the arrow longs to be.
Thank you, Kathy. Our next, we'll be doing the labyrinth meditation. It is our custom to make time in the service to acknowledge the joys, concerns, sorrows, and other realities that we bring with us, affirming that every single bit of who we are can be held in this container of love. We embody this by placing a stone or shell on one of the shared table labyrinths at the front and the back of the chapel. This is your invitation to bring your whole self here. Marlana will place a final stone in recognition of the joys, concerns, sorrows, and other realities of those who are participating online. You are embraced by this community. Please remain seated for our song and meditation, Spirit of Life, number 123, and the Gray Hymnal.
Now, guess what time it is?
friends. So everybody, I'm Katie. My pronouns are she, her. I'm the Director of Faith Development here, for anyone who doesn't know me. And this morning's Wonderbox item didn't actually fit in the Wonderbox, but I think some people here might recognize it by its sound. Does anybody know what that is? Yeah? What is it? Elves. It's a great answer. I wish it was elves.
Yes, it is.
The bead thing. Yeah, right, Sam? Ah, the bead thing. If you're unable to see it, it is a piece of a stick. It is a stick that Miss Katie found in the Ecology Center behind the building. And I thought it was really pretty, so I put a bunch of fishing line around it, and we made it into a community year-long project in faith development. So, who helped make this? Raise your hand if you helped make it. Yeah. So for everyone who didn't help make it, almost every week, things get a little chaotic in faith development, as I'm sure you're shocked by. We, all the kids and the youth, pick out at least one bead and add it to the community wind chime every time they come to faith development. And so we've ended up with this very colorful, wonderful beads, and we put little bells on them. Thank you to Becca for teaching me how to make bells on the end of the beads. And does anyone know where the beads came from? Do you remember? Do you remember, Sam? The beads came from all of you. And so about a year ago, we asked all the congregants to donate beads and jewelry and string and everything shiny and fun and colorful to faith development. So not only did we all create this, but everyone in this room and our online community created it. So we're talking about creativity today. Why do you think I brought the wind chime? Does anyone have any guesses? Because it does sound good. It makes me very happy. Do we have any guesses on the sleepy end of the carpet? So I brought this because we've all had our different creative processes in picking beads. So who likes to choose their beads like right away? You know what color you're going for, and you get up to the bead box and you're like, that's it, the yellow heart, that's mine. I'm that way. Anybody else? Adults, feel free to raise your hand. Are you an instant bead picker? Yep. And who likes to see the options first? I want to see what's in the box. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of hands raised. And who goes over, needs to see the options, and then lines them up in best to worst options 1 through 10, and then decides? Anybody? Yeah. Knew there was one. There's usually a 3-year-old that also does that, and we have to talk about which bead we're going to pick next week, and then we have to compare last week's beads to this week's beads. It's a whole process. But it's kind of fun to see how everybody chooses beads, and it taught us a lot. And what did we do when somebody would take the clip off and all the beads would fall down off the string? Does anyone remember? That happened quite a bit. Oh no. Yeah. Jackson? Yeah, clean up and fix it. And it didn't always go back together in the same way, right? It was always random. Goes in tight. And one of our parents who help in faith development, he's not here today, but Mr. Mark, he taught us a different way to help fix that so that we didn't, and it worked, we worked together. So now 2 people do the beads at the same time. And it really showed us that we can make something really beautiful. Well, it showed me, I shouldn't speak for all of us, so we can make something really beautiful and fun, and we all have different processes to do it, right? Is everyone excited to see it done, though? It's really cool, right? It's so colorful. And so today we're going to help put ribbons on it, and we're going to display it out in the playground once Miss Katie and maybe somebody else in the congregation figures out how to make these pointy ends not so pointy, because that seems kind of dangerous, right? Eric Groat, I'm looking right at you. Yeah, Aiden. Just sand it down. Yeah, that's a great option. I do not have a sander. Eric?
Just use the Just large knives and chop it.
Oh, a machete? Aiden suggested a machete, so. The rectangle. Oh, the big butcher knives? Yeah. Don't bring your knives to Sunday service, but that is a good idea. Maybe.
That worked at the cooking area.
No, they wouldn't use the knife for that possibly.
Yeah, well, we're talking about difference between knives and what to use when and where. Oh, a chainsaw. That's a very creative idea. So before we get into more very creative ideas on how to chop sticks up, let's use our creativity in faith development today. Miss Katie's going to stay here, but you can follow Miss Molly and Miss Kyla out to faith development. Let's sing our kids out with the reed benediction.
I know, I'm not even in the thing, right? Today, we have a really exciting moment, which was a surprise to many of us. We're going to offer a bridging ceremony for one of our congregants. And I, at this time, would like to invite Will Terhune to come forward. And if your parents would like to come up also, they could, or they may not have to. Talk about surprise. This was a surprise to Will. His folks decided to keep this as a special moment in his life. So. Will, in our faith tradition, we mark the journey of each individual from earliest childhood through the progression of the seasons of each lifetime. Today, we celebrate you, who is bridging from youth into early adulthood. While we acknowledge that each life follows its own unique journey, each is worth celebrating in its particular uniqueness. Will be moving to Syracuse to attend the SUNY College of Environmental Science and Forestry to pursue a Bachelor of Science degree in Wildlife Sciences. Will has had a wonderful experience since moving to Western New York a couple years ago. Like his brother Ben, who participated in this ritual last year, Will attended Amherst Central High School. While there, he was assistant crew in the theater department this past year, made some lifelong friends with that experience, and he was inducted into the National Honor Society and awarded the Arts Pathway certificate. Will, yeah. I know. Will is an amazing artist and has developed amazing sewing and creating skills through costume making. Though you loved living in Maine and made great friends there, your parents, Hillary and Peter, are so proud of you for how you've adapted to your new adventure of taking on a new community in the middle of high school. No small feat. You have exhibited great courage. On behalf of all of us here at UU Amherst, Will, we'd like to send you out with all our good wishes, hopes, and blessings for your journey that lies ahead. Know that you always have a church home here with us, and we can't wait for you to return and tell us all the stories whenever you're back in town. We can't wait to see you again. Now, please accept a small token of our faith made for you by Katie to take with you as a keepsake to remember us by. Will, I want to congratulate you on your journey of this next brave step towards your future. Celebrate Will, everybody.
That's terrific. I have to tell you, Will and I know each other. He and I have been playing math. I love mathematics. I taught it for 30 years, and when he wanted a little boost before going off to college, I said, absolutely. And so we met and played math. I played. He went along with me. That's me at 33. When I was younger than that, 8 or 9 years old, I knew my dad. That's him, 66 over there. He was a tool designer by trade to earn money for the family, my mother and the 4 of us kids. But I also knew he was an artist. You can see one of his pieces behind him. My dad was trained as a portrait artist, but he was also a sculptor, both in clay and in wood. There was always clay around our house, and I do mean clay, barrels of it, trash barrels of it, huge. My siblings and I could always reach into those barrels and pull out chunks of brown and gray slippery clay. It had to be damped because it was, after all, professional modeling clay. My dad helped us soften it and mold it and encouraged us to create art on our own out of his store of clay. My dad was considered creative. We so often think of someone who is creative as a person who paints or writes or draws or weaves. But so what is creativity? Where does it come from? How do we use it? And how do you and I use it to build this community? Wait a minute. First, let's define creativity. My friend Webster, the dictionary, said it is the ability to transcend traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationships, and to create meaningful new ideas, forms, methods, inspirations. It is originality, progressiveness, and imagination. Traditionally, we think of someone who is creative as someone who does that and creates music, paints, writes, like Michelangelo, the sculptor, Jason Pollock, the painter, Emily Dickinson, the writer and poet, Taylor Swift, the singer and poet, and Banksy, the street graphic artist, all creative. In our own congregation, we have creative people also. Eric Groat, who builds artistic furniture, including our very own welcoming desk in the lobby. Pamela Kent is the weaver of the hangings at the back of our chapel and also the weavings behind me. Ellen Doino, who created ceramics years ago, and I have a few of them. The late members Laura Dioria and John Rex, who are both watercolorists. Suzanne Sardella and others in this church create lace, not rice, not lice. Lace. Kathy Moriarty, who this morning you've already heard sing songs. Well, I've just named sculptors and painters and writers and singers and weavers, and all are considered creative. But looking at the definition of creativity, might this definition also include many others? Does it only apply to those who paint, build, create music, or weave? No. It seems that the idea of creativity might include many, many more of us in this church and in the world at large. Just a couple of weeks ago, I was driving in a car with my son Eric, and I was talking about the one who grew up in this church. 2 of them did, both those kids. I was talking about preparing this sermon. I had been given the topic of creativity a few days before this car ride. I was explaining to Eric that I wanted to explore creativity in a different way, not just talking about people who are creative or showcasing these talents. I had done that sermon 20 years ago, and it was delightful. But I wanted to do something different this time. As we were talking, I brought up the idea about the dollar bill, e pluribus unum. E pluribus una means out of many one, and then, oh, out of many one. Eric suggested that I look at it in all the ways in which creativity factors into so many of our lives, no matter our profession or job, because each of us is multifaceted. This intrigued me when I thought of the many individuals I knew and all of the aspects of them, like curiosity, daydreaming, passion, insight, ingenuity. Ah, that's it. Each one of us has within ourselves many roles, many parts. Each person can be more than one thing. And just by living, each is creative. Each truly creates for themselves a life of interest, challenge, and contentment, I hope. Many of us here in this church have more than one aspect to ourselves, which we have used for ourselves and for this church. Roger Keeney, a longtime member of this church and someone who you may have seen in the kitchen, keeping things clean and doing dishes during coffee hour. Did you know that he was also a shortwave radio operator and enthusiast? Did you know that Roger was in the Peace Corps in the 1970s? Did you know that he's given 2 sermons here at this church? Roger is very much a man of many talents and interests. Linda Gardner, longtime member here since 1995, sitting there in the back, probably knitting, not today, but usually knitting. Linda's first job was to work for the Department of Defense. She held top secret clearance as she worked for the Joint Chiefs of Staff. After that job, she went into nurses training. Then, after a short stint as a nurse, she got married, had 2 wonderful sons, and lived in Maryland. Later, she moved to Buffalo, went to Buffalo State College to become a teacher. She taught special ed, and that's something. And then she retired in 2010. Now she's a knitter, a quilter, and loves to walk. Both Roger and Linda, members of our church, personify what it is to live a many-faceted, interesting, and challenging life. As this notion of being more than one thing gelled, it was hard not to realize each and every one of us is in some way creative. In some way, each of us has a passion or interest about something, and we lean into it. I began to delve into creativity and the ways we see people around us and those in history who have created, truly created, something new and transformative. First, as a definition, creativity, part of it said the ability to transcend traditional ideas, rules, patterns, and relationships. Let's look at this: ideas, rules, patterns, relationships. Ralph Waldo Emerson viewed creativity not as a mechanical skill, but he believed that it would be a divine and natural force channeled through the individual. I like that. In his essays like Self-Reliance, or the other one called Art, he puts forth the idea that true creation springs from radical self-trust and rejecting societal conformity, and also listening to that voice of intuition. When I read this, I have to admit, I thought of all the parents and guardians I have seen who somehow make their child less fussy by looking around their environment and creatively making something different out of some common item. I was in a grocery store recently, and I saw a middle-aged man making a balloon out of a plastic vegetable storage bag. He took the bag, filled it with air, and began tossing it back and forth to his 2 kids. The 3 of them all laughed and played. It was a delight to see in the middle of the grocery store. The children laughing and tossing a homemade balloon back and forth. What a joy to see the creative way this man had taken a common grocery store item you've all seen and used and made it into a toy for his children. This man immediately had the intuition that making a toy from what was at hand would be fun and would keep the kids entertained. And their laughter and his told me that he was spot on. This was definitely Emerson's idea, creation, springing from rejecting social conformity. He did not mind dancing around the frozen food section, and instead listening to that voice of intuition, and he made a toy. And a great day those kids will remember. Creativity transcends traditional rules. Gandhi was a creative man. His ideas transcended traditional rules. He took his passion and anger at the British government and their rule of India, and with patience and care and a lot of ingenuity, he helped India become an independent nation through nonviolent civil disobedience. He started developing this philosophy, you might know, in the early 1900s. It wasn't before that. He was influenced by Tolstoy, with whom he became a pen pal eventually. Henry David Thoreau, he was influenced by Hindu traditions and by the Jain religion's idea of ahimsa, that's non-harm, that was practiced in a temple close to where he grew up, and it truly influenced him a lot. Gandhi left South Africa in 1914. And in the early 1920s, Gandhi led the non-cooperation movement, urging Indians to withdraw their cooperation from British rule, encouraging people to boycott British-made goods, government, schools, and colleges. In 1930, Gandhi walked 240 miles with only 78 carefully selected followers and broke the British salt laws. These laws prohibited anyone from making it, and it was heavily taxed. He broke this by making salt from seawater. People gained strength from Gandhi's creatively using something everyone needs, salt. What an ingenious idea he had. Against the British government, he had to use resistance and patience. It took 32 years, but independence was finally gained. And Gandhi influenced others. Martin Luther King is a perfect example of transcending traditional ideas. Like Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King believed that the idea that those with darker skin were seen as less was an idea he abhorred, and he fought against it with great determination, stamina, creativity, and passion. King realized by looking at Gandhi's Salt March that a relatively small group of dedicated people could use nonviolent action, determination, sacrifice, publicity, and mass participation to challenge a powerful government. It had happened. And through his work, the Voting Rights Act was passed. Now, let's look a little closer to home. Let's look at our own congregation for those who have created something different. Firewall, have you ever heard of it? Anyone? Raise your hand if you've heard of Firewall. Good, like that. Well, Firewall, if you haven't heard of it, let me give you a quick synopsis. Diane Tucker created Firewall. This came out of a frustration. As she said to me, she was tired of going into all these groups. So having them come to her into a central place was a perfect idea. She created and leads, along with Peggy Mark and Lorraine Marcus, a meeting which brings together many politically active, passionate people to share information, a new form of transmitting information. This is truly a new form. Each speaker is given 5 minutes to talk about what they are working on. If you haven't been to one of these every third Saturday meetings, I encourage you to check it out. We also have, thinking of transformation and creativity, we have a little free food pantry. The ability to transcend relationships. Relationships, do you always have to buy something? Maria Costello started the Amherst Little Free Pantry. She was creative. She saw a need for it in this community, and she created the pantry. This pantry provides food daily to the Amherst community. One might think that Amherst did not need a free pantry. Maria thought it did, and she was right. Many from our church were and are intimately involved in this pantry. Marie Evans, Meg Sabella, Doreen Parks, the late Cheryl Tomasulo, Pat Burke, Roger Keeney. If you have been or are involved in this pantry, please raise your hand. Look around you, folks. This is a community who have created and maintain a pantry. What a wonderful group this is. And it's here because someone had the dream and passion to start the pantry for Amherst, and it would provide free food for all who needed it. And now, what I believe is the most important act of creativity in this congregation is creating community. We have created and are creating new forms with our own collective imagination. We create community, and it's not easy. It takes many hands. It takes new ideas, new ways of doing things. It takes the many and making it one. E pluribus unum. Without community, this is just a building, walls, ceilings, and floors. This would be nothing if it were not for the community. But all of you, sitting here and online, you make this a community of thinking, thoughtful, and creative people. Each of us is multifaceted. Each of us has many strengths. I have been acutely aware in the last 2 or 3 years that we have increased in membership, and an incredible amount. The pews are full, and we have many kids, as you saw, a handful of them this morning, in the Faith Development Program. This is absolutely fantastic. Those kids are my future, and I love it. How are we now? And how many more people in the pews we will have in the future? I don't know. We are on the brink of something new and powerful. It is exciting for me to greet all the new faces. What a wonderful place. What a wonderful place. What a wonderful growing place this is, celebrating and centered in love. Gabe Miles, a newbie, now sits on the board of trustees with me and lends his expertise in technology. There's Peggy Mark, along with Lorraine Marcus, who work on the justice advocacy team to make this church a safe place for all to feel welcome. Julie Marcus, a writer by trade, also like Gabe, a more recent member. She is contributing her skills by being on the Leadership Development and Nominating Committee. And the Gardens, have you seen them as you drive into church? You can thank Linda Joy and Eric and Wendy and Jill and so many more people who love to get their hands in the soil. So what are your hidden talents? What new gifts will you unearth from within yourselves as we move forward and grow? Just as we drink water from wells we did not dig, and we pick fruit from trees we did not plant, we will continue to be creative and build on what we have here, build with creativity, inspiring each other and moving into the future. Together, we will continue to create. Together, we create community. It's not alone, it's together. It is a creative and wonderful task this living into the fullness of who we each are and who we are as a community. I see the future where each of us, each of you, are contributing your creative thoughts, your time, your hard work, your passions to growing together. I look out and I see old and new faces. You are here. You bring your creative, interesting, curious, enthusiastic, beautiful selves here. Out of many, one dynamic church community. We have created and will continue to create a wonderful, supportive community with love at the center. For this, I celebrate each and every one of you. And for this precious gift, I thank you. Thank you.
As we reflect on Marlana's thoughts and on creativity, let us turn our ears and hearts towards Candace Inge. Candace Inge will be offering the song in response this morning. In a moment, Candace will share her own words on what the song is meant for her, but we invite you to notice the ways we all creatively forge our way forward in life, no matter what our path.
Okay, so my creative speciality as a mom of 3, 6 and under is winging it. So you can see my 2-year-old is with me, so I will not be playing the bongos as planned. But maybe we can make Reverend Michelle proud and get some audience participation going with some clapping at some point. Counting on all of you. I came across Ash Blackwood, the amazing creator, singer, and songwriter, when I was in some of the darkest times of postpartum depression and anxiety. I was passively suicidal and trying to find any way I could find just a smidge of happiness. And I've always loved to sing, and Reverend Michelle loves to pull those hidden talents out of us. So I just went for it and started singing here and just kept listening to Ash and finding new and more creative ways to find joy. So today I'm singing You're Gonna Be Okay. It is loud in my mind today. I'm jumbled up and I cannot think straight. No matter how many steps I take, everything feels so far away. It is loud in my mind today. I'm jumbled up and I cannot think straight. No matter how many steps I take, everything seems so far away. I'll take a deep breath, puff out my chest. I'm gonna be okay. If it's loud in my mind, I'll take my time. I'm gonna be okay. Puff out my chest, take a deep breath. I'm gonna be okay. If it's loud in my mind, I'll take my time. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. It's just a bad day today. So what would Auntie Gladys say? She'd say, puff out your chest, take a deep breath, you're gonna be okay. If it's loud in your mind, just take your time, you're gonna be okay. So go ahead and shine real bright, you are the light. Go ahead and shine real bright, you are the light. Go ahead and shine real bright, you are the light. Go ahead and shine real bright, you are the light. Puff out your chest, take a deep breath. You're gonna be okay. If it's loud in your mind, just take your time. You're gonna be okay. Puff out your chest, take a deep breath. You're gonna be okay. If it's loud in your mind, just take your time. You're gonna be okay.
Thank you, Candace. As our service draws to an end, our service to the world is ready to begin. Please remember to take your order of service with you so you don't miss the announcements and reminders inside. We hope you'll stay for a beverage and snack and some conversation in the Emerson room through the double doors in the back. It is now time for the offering, when we respond with generosity and care for this beloved community and our hope-filled faith. We give because we know. We pick from trees we did not plant. We drink water from wells we did not dig. This is as it should be, so long as we dig and plant for those who come after us. The offering will now be gratefully received. We began our service with the lighting of our chalice, and now we extinguish the chalice, not to quench the flame, but to return it to individual hearts, strengthened by this time spent together, so that we can share our light in the world. Please rise in body or spirit and join your voices with mine as we extinguish the chalice and sing our blessing. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we bear in our hearts until we are together again. Our final song, please remain standing for Travel Light. Remember to twinkle your eyes at each other during the third verse, and please remain standing after the song for our benediction.
I believe, is this working? I believe there's a spark of God in each of us. We are all gods in our own way. We toil and sweat, we cry, we dream, we love, we create. We each contribute to the divine creation we call life. We are blessed to sit here by ourselves, contented, or blessed to sit enjoying being here with friends and family. We are blessed to be in a community of those who have created, of those who still create, and of those who will create our future. We look around and we see God and true creators in each other's eyes. You are a blessing. Namaste. Go in peace.